Welcome back to the Fort Langley Jazz and Arts Festival. I hope you guys are enjoying, like I am, this wonderful experience, the joy of jazz. I am with the TLC Trio, speaking to Brad Turner, who has done an amazing job of bringing Bill Kuhn and Andre Lachance together. You all teach at Capilano. You are all jazz masters. Tell me what it means to you to be playing at the Fort Langley Jazz and Arts Festival.
It means a great deal to me. I've got quite a deep connection with this community. I mean, for one thing, my dad lives here. I was speaking with somebody earlier that his brother, my uncle, was principal of this particular school for a while. My niece and nephew went to school here, K through 12. Both my sisters live in the area, so it's neat to come out here and play. And maybe I'll go and say hi to Dad after.
Yeah, wonderful. It's a big family, and that's what we love here. Tell me about your family on stage, this wonderful trio. How long have you guys been playing together?
Well, with this particular group, I guess it's within the last couple of years we started doing this specifically together, but the three of us in any number of configurations have played many, many, many gigs together through the years in Vancouver since Bill moved out here from Montreal and years ago. And I've known Andre since he moved out from Quebec to go to Capilano as a student there in the early 90s. We've all ended up teaching there. So there's a lot of water under the bridge with the three of us, musically speaking and otherwise. But this group, as I said specifically, is relatively new.
Amazing. Tell me about the repertoire you brought for us today.
Sure. Well, it's what we would call standard repertoire in the idiom, in the jazz idiom. In terms of repertoire, one of the things that I spent a lot of time doing when I was coming up in the music scene was learning these older standard tunes. I was playing a lot with people like Oliver Gannon and folks like that, and these are the tunes they would play. They're old tunes from the 30s, 40s. A lot of them being old show tunes or pop tunes, things like that. So with this group, we sort of try and dig into that repertoire a little bit more. Stuff that's familiar to us. We played a lot of times, but in this setting, we can get to some different kind of approaches in terms of volume, for one thing, and interaction. Without there being drums, there seems to be a lot of space for us to use or not,
It's been very interesting to see your conversation on stage between you three. How has it changed after the pandemic, this recess time alone you had?
That's an interesting question. We were just talking about something to do with that. I've been practicing like relentlessly like I did when I was a kid. I haven't had this much open highway, if you will, so every day just practicing throughout the day and getting other things done too. But I felt pretty physically prepared, but the thing that you can't prepare for is the musical empathy that needs to take place when we're playing together. And you cannot do that unless you're in person with people. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen over a screen. It doesn't happen. But when we're on stage together, so that's the thing I noticed right away, because I wasn't prepared for how strong that a feeling that is, because you kind of take it for granted when we're playing all the time and everything's fine and we can be together. And then as that's taken away, that's the element of music that's the hardest to explain to people that don't play music, So it really, and I think also, there's a certain aspect of the live performance too. But it's awesome to be able to get together and present music this way, because 10 years ago even, like this would be almost impossible, like with streaming and stuff like that, just bandwidth and wouldn't handle it. So it means a lot. But yeah, that aspect, the empathy, also you need to have some reliable intuition at play, musically speaking. I need to be able to sort of just jump off into space and trust that something musical is going to happen. And when you're playing all the time with people, you can develop that reliable intuition. But when we haven't been playing together, so you get it back really quickly, but it's a bit of a shock. It's just a nice reminder how much we need each other.
Yeah. Is there a special message or intention you like to transmit through your music?
Yeah, the main thing is that we love, what I want people to gather is that I'm sure I could speak for Andre and Bill, is that we want people to see that we love playing music together, because it's a special thing to be able to do. And we've worked a long, long time, I've been playing that trumpet for 43 years now. Not that particular one, but ones like it, ones that were just as hard to play. And, it's a really special thing to be able to do this, and we want to present, with as much honesty and love as we can what we're doing. So in this setting, it's nice because we can get, like I said before, to some more maybe more intimate volume levels, if you will, that provide for a little bit more room for interaction and stuff like that. So I'd hope that people could notice a bit of that too, But primarily, I want people to see that we really love playing music together, and hopefully it communicates.
It completely transmits. I feel it. It was very nice to see you guys having fun and doing what you love. So
Thanks.
thank you so much, Brad, for being here and for giving us that joy of jazz and music. Is there anything else you would like to share with your audience, maybe your Capilano students that may be watching as well?
Oh, okay. The students, well, they see enough of me and they hear enough from me. Other than, I've been in touch with a bunch of them through this time, and it's been hard for young artists, who are just on the cusp of trying to make a name for themselves and find their niche and get the ball rolling, and everything comes to a standstill. So I guess I would say, hang in there, and I've been practicing. It's not like you can get away with not practicing. So I would say to my students, make sure you're practicing.
That's right. Make sure you practice and hang in there.
Yeah, make sure you're practicing.
All right,
and hang in there.
I'll take those to heart as well. Thank you again, Brad Turner,
Our pleasure. Thanks.
for being with us today. And thank you to the Fort Langley Jazz and Arts Festival for bringing such amazing talent. Please continue on enjoying this awesome festival.